Yo, what's going on, y'all? We're finally back with a video. I'm sorry that it took so long to upload. We got a little busy with school. We're in nursing school, so, you know, it's gonna take a while. But I was finally able to come out to the Barnes& and Noble and go manga shopping. And to be honest, I didn't know what I was gonna get today, but we did end up with something nice, so stick to the end of the video in order to see what we got. But yeah, for the question of the day, let me know what y'all have been reading. In terms of manga, light novels, or what you've been watching. For me, I've been reading Spirit Circle. I also was watching the new seasonal Yamada-kun and Skip and Loafer, and then the Hell's Paradise adaptation, and also I believe World Dice Star. That's what I was watching. So let me know what you're checking out down below. If you have any recommendations on what to watch, let me know. And let's just get to the manga shopping right here. As you can see, we got Apothecary Diaries, the manga. I believe it was a light novel at first. My girlfriend is actually reading that, so she ended up looking at that. Over on the shelf, a bunch of Attack on Titan, some Astro Boy, and even more Attack on Titan down there as well. We also had some Banana Fish, Bakuman, Bakemonogatari, which did end recently. To my knowledge, some Beastars was over there as well. And in this this Barnes & Noble is the one in Burbank. It's one of the better Barnes & Noble. The manga section isn't like huge like the one in Glendale. However, it does have a lot of manga despite the section not being too big. They have it arranged in like a way where there's a lot of books in very little space, if you get what I mean. But yeah, over here was some Blame Master Edition, some Blade of the Immortal omnibuses, some Black Clover, Black Goater, Black Butler next to it as well. And then looking further, I had to take a look at Black Butler again because low-key I thought Black Butler was like an all-guy cast, but they were actually, there's actually women in that, so there's that. The Bleach manga over here as well. Something that I don't know if I'll ever check out, but it's there. Blue Giant, which did get a sequel announced recently. Some Blue Flag, some Blue Exorcist, and some Blue Box. Her Blue Box was pretty good, and then fell off. Let me know in the comments below. Next to it was some BL Metamorphosis, and then some Peak. Next to that, as you can see over there, Bloom Into You, one of my favorite manga. For some reason, whenever I go, they only have like volumes 1 through 5, and I never see them have like the full set. I don't know if it's always out of stock, but yeah, they had Blue Lock here, and for some reason they called it Squid Game meets Soccer. The thing with Barnes and Noble is that depending on the store you go to, the cards are like kind of weird. Like this Barnes and Noble had like some of the funniest cards because it was like some of the craziest things that they wrote, like the Squid Game meets Soccer thing. You'll see it more in this video. But also they had the Breaker here, Boys Run the Riot, some Boruto, and then I pulled this out, the Boxer, which is a manhwa, I believe. I do know some people who read that and did enjoy it, so maybe we'll check it out. Over here as well was Call of the Night. I was very tempted to buy that, but decided to pass on it. Cardcaptor Sakura, case closed there. The case study of Vanitas, and Cat Gamer was over there as well. And then looking over here, they had some Devil is a Part-Timer, Devil's Line, and then Nagatoro box sets over here. I didn't even know they had Nagatoro box sets, so that was interesting to see. Looking further, they had some Demon Slayer, some Demon Girl Next Door, Death Note over here, D. Greyman omnibuses. I really do want to read the Death Note manga just to see the differences, and it's pretty short, only like 13 volumes I believe, don't quote me on that. But yeah, they also had the Darling in the Franxx manga here, volume 7 to 8. I'm not sure how different it is than the anime, and an unpopular opinion is that I actually enjoy Darling in the Franxx to a certain point. I think it's pretty good for like the first 12 volumes, and then it's kind of ass from there. And then Death Note was there, as you saw, where it said words can kill. I don't know why they were so edgy at this Barnes & Noble, but they were for some reason, so there's that. They had some Die Dark, some D. Greyman singles over here, and they had some Crazy Food Truck, some Coyote, some Chojin X, which is by the writer of Tokyo Ghoul. I'm not even sure what the premise of the story is, but we will be checking it out because Tokyo Ghoul was pretty good and it's one of my favorites. So yeah, it was also my first manga. So yeah, let me know in the comments what your first manga was. And then looking further, they had some Cheese Sweet Home. Not sure what that was about, but it had a box set as well, so it must be pretty popular. They had some Chain Soldier here. I know some people have an issue with the English title, but you know, I don't really have a take in that. Chainsaw Man was there as well. Cells at Work, the box set, was also there. I feel like Cells at Work would be a pretty interesting read, considering like the topic. It's pretty unique. Railgun was over here, volume 17, which is the latest volume. The last time they had a volume was actually a while ago, and I don't remember. I think it was like last year was the last time that they even released a new Railgun volume, which was surprising to see. So yeah, Dragon Ball over here with some omnibuses of up there as well. Dr. Stone was also there. The Duke of Death and his maid was there. I was very tempted to get that as well. They had some Drifting Dragons, some Dragon Quest over there as well. And then they also had some Eden Zero. They had this manga, which is like a Bloom Into You, like, complete copy. It's like the craziest thing. Because, like, if you look at the rest of the series, they also look like different characters from different series. So yeah, that was pretty interesting. Not even sure what it's about. But over here was some Erased, which, you know, is an anime with a controversial, not controversial, but very divided community as to whether or not it's good. Over here was some Fairy Tail, and then they also had some Fire Force here. They actually have omnibuses, which I was surprised because I never knew that there were omnibuses for Fire Force there. So yeah. And then over here, I was looking over at the Fire Force omnibuses because I was like curious, like, why do they have these? Honestly, I think Fire Force is something that I would read, in all honesty, despite, like, you know, the van service rap it gets. I think it would be something that I would enjoy. Over here is Fire Punch as well by Fujimoto. I heard this was really crazy, and I had some IRLs read it, so I'll definitely read it in the future. Next to Fire Punch was some Fooly Cooly, the omnibus down there, if you can see it, as well as the I forgot what that was. I think it's the Flowers of Evil, which I asked my girlfriend there if it was good or not. She said she wasn't really into it, but a lot of people do enjoy it. And then over here was the Fruits Basket manga, the Fruits Basket omnibuses. Me personally, not the biggest fan of the art. I think it's really, really ugly, to say the least. But I do know that the anime is really good. I did watch the anime. I didn't finish it, but I did watch it. Still need to do season 3. So yeah. Over here was some Gantz omnibuses, and then looking further in the shelf, there was some Gleipnir. There was some Given over there as well. They also had some Blood on the Tracks, I think. Oh no! It's A Girl on the Far Shore, I believe. I think that also. I don't know if it has a deluxe edition. I think that might be The Girl on the Other Side, which I pick up right here. This is like one of the best looking manga that I've seen. Yep, The Girl on the Other Side. It's one of the best looking manga that I've seen, at least cover wise and quality wise, with the leather and like the gold trim. I think it's really, really good. Haven't read it, but I do think it looks really good. The Grim Reaper and his 4 girlfriends is there, just like me, having 4 girlfriends. So if you want to read a manga about me, that's definitely one. And looking further on the shelves here, there was like a lot of manga that I didn't really recognize, or, you know, a lot that I wasn't really interested in, but that's a given considering we're in Barnes & Noble and they, you know, kind of have a more streamlined selection over here. I showed some Hell's Paradise, which I mentioned earlier, currently watching. I don't think it's that bad. A lot of people were complaining about, oh, the backgrounds weren't cohesive with the characters and it looks like they're completely separate entities. There was this whole like discussion on Twitter about it, which was really weird to me because I just thought it looked fine. I guess people were like really pissed because Hell's Paradise is supposed to separate itself from like other, I guess, battle shonen by like having such great detail in the background and stuff. At least that's what I was reading, but it really wasn't a big deal to me, and I think the backgrounds look fine. So that's my take on that. If you saw it like a couple weeks ago, and yeah. Looking further into the shelf, though, they had some Inspector over here. Unfortunately, we're not very big fans of Inspector, and I'm very glad that the season 2 did not get any traction because it deserves none. So there is that. I think it's really, really average, and it's nothing special to it at all. There's some Inuyasha omnibuses over there, some JoJo's omnibuses next over there. Picked up a very interesting looking manga there, as you can see. Had some trouble putting it back in the shelf, but we got it. Like I said, some JoJo's was over here as well. All of it, basically, and then some Jujutsu Kaisen. This was pretty much like... This whole shelf was pretty much just Jujutsu Kaisen and JoJo's, so yeah. Kageki Shoujo was here, which is like a... what many call a similar show to Revue Starlight. Unfortunately to me, I don't think there's going to be any show that's similar to Revue Starlight, at least for me. So yeah, they also had some Kaguya over there and some Kaiju number 8. In terms of Kaguya, I'm pretty much... I don't know if I should wait for when the box set comes out, because they still have a couple volumes to adapt, and then a box set is going to take even longer, but I know that Kaguya box set is going to look absolutely amazing. So I'm really tempted to just wait, but I'm also really tempted to like just go out and buy the volumes, because I finished Kaguya like a couple weeks ago, or like last month, something like that. It's like a 10 or a 9.5. I believe it's a 10. Despite, the arcs getting a little weaker after the Ice Kaguya arc, in my opinion. But if you read it on a binge, it's one of the best binges that you can read, to be honest. Over there was some Moriarty the Patriot and Mob Psycho 100 here. I don't know if you can see the card. Oh, I do show it. Fans of One Punch Man need to meet Mob, the most hilariously overpowered psychic. I don't know why they described it like that. I really don't. But they decided to describe it like that, so there's that. Mason Ikoku was over here, the omnibuses. I know people are fans of that. Manga Theater, not sure what that is over there. Some Mashal, which is currently airing as well, and I haven't seen a lot about it, and I'm surprised because I thought many people would like Mashal, because a lot of people called it like a shonen Harry Potter. Sounded like an interesting concept, but I was looking at like the animation and stuff for it. At least for some scenes, it looks a little too cartoony and goofy, so probably not gonna check that out unless, I'm watching it with someone. Look Back manga was over here as well, by Fujimoto, I believe. Love and Focus was a manga that I did want to check out because it looked pretty cute, and that's the complete collection. It looks like there's like 2 love interests and then the girl, and then she has to pick someone. My money is on the guy with glasses because I'm a guy with glasses, so yeah. Over here was Uramichi Onisan, which is one of my favorite comedies. If you guys know, I watched the anime and I was really in love with that series. I just like the deadpan humor and like the negativity from it. Yeah, I thrive off that negativity a lot. So yeah, Laid Back Camp was over there as well as Land of the Lustrous. And then over on this shelf was some Mushoku Tensei. They also had... I don't know what they're doing. Saying, can you take the heat of my dress-up darling? So that was there. My Hero was over here as well, which, My Hero is going to take up a lot of the shelf. They had some My Happy Marriage over here. I don't know if that's a Chinese manga. It looks similar to like Heaven's Official Blessing. They had some Little Monster here as well, which has a crazy cover with the girl holding the main character by a leash. I did watch the anime for it. It was pretty bad. They have like this one line in like the beginning of the anime, and it's pretty crazy. So yeah, My Senpai is Annoying is over there, very enjoyable anime, would recommend it. Some New Game over here, one of my all-time favorites. Make sure you read New Game, and Natsume was actually next to it as well. There's my girlfriend showing just spoilers for Oshinoko for no reason. That's crazy that she just decided to turn to it and just show the camera, but I'm leaving it in there. Over here, I go back to the Natsume because I was really tempted to buy it because that cover looks absolutely wonderful. No Guns Life is there. Noragami was here. I do know Noragami has some omnibuses now. They have 4 of them, which is pretty impressive considering they just started publishing, I think, earlier this year. One Piece was over here. Not really interested in One Piece, if I'm being honest. I know people say it's good, but it's just too long for me. That excuse, it's too long. So, One Punch Man was over there. Orange was there. Orient was there. Otaku Elf was there. In the O section, clearly. They had some Overlord there as well. Paradise Kiss and Parasite was also there as well. Some Ping Pong, Persona 5, which I low-key have not finished, but we don't talk about that. Some Penguin Drum there next to Peach Boy Riverside. They had this interesting looking manga. I wasn't sure what it was called. The font there is really like unclear, but I do know what this is called. Please put them on Takamine-san. Gotta get back to it. Haven't read it for like a year or two, to be honest. So we gotta get back to that. Pretty Boy Detective Club was also there as well. They have a volume 2 for the manga finally. It's always been just volume 1s there, so pretty nice to see. This is such a crazy way to describe Madoka. Felt cute, might save the world later. Very, very cringe. Please don't ever do that to my series ever again. They had the quintessential quintuplets box set here. Looked pretty nice. If I was a quintuplets fan, I would definitely buy it. And they had Rainbow Days here. This is actually a manga that I did read before. I didn't get far into it, and I just stopped reading it for some reason. But it's something that I definitely would go back to. You had some Rent a Girlfriend there, Peak. Romantic Killer, which I heard was a very good reverse harem from last season. Something that I would check out, but it's only on Netflix. I'm sure I'll find a way to watch it, but it's only on Netflix, so yeah. They also had some Rosa Versailles there, which I heard is like one of the best manga. At least, some people think that, but yeah, they had some Rosa Versailles there, and then they had some Solo Leveling here. They had a box set, which was really surprising. Volumes 1 through 5, and it looked really cool, and I wish that I was a Solo Leveling fan, or at least a big enough one to justify buying that box set, but I just couldn't justify it, so it is what it is. Over here was the Volume 1s. They have a pretty nice Volume 1 section. Chojin X is next to Tokyo Ghoul there, because Suyashida, Sweat and Soap was over there, Fruits Basket. They had some Kami-sama Kiss, which, some people are very big fans of, at least on Twitter. So there was that. They had some Ayakashi Triangle, which isn't ecchi, and I was pretty interested in reading that. So they have that. Yakuza Fiance. Komi Can't Communicate. Oshi no Ko was there as well. They also had some Mob Psycho 100, some Happiness there, some Ancient Magus Bride. And then on these shelves over here, they had some Hanako-kun, Tokyo Ghoul, Vinland Saga, which is currently airing, and people are big fans of it. They had some Way of a House Husband, some Wand Dance over there. Not sure what that's about, but I've seen it. We Never Learn is over there as well. Witch Hat Atelier is also there as well. And also, sorry about my voice if it's getting kind of weird throughout the video. I don't know why I've been coughing a lot lately, so there is that. And yeah, they had Whisper Me a Love Song, which a lot of Bloom Into You fans don't like, but I feel like if I check it out, I'll like it, even though it's a bootleg Bloom Into You. And then they had some XX Holic down there as well, next to the Wotakoi, which also has a box set, and I didn't know that, so that was pretty interesting to see. And just a quick rundown of the light novel section here. 86, Zom 100 was also there as well. Adachi and Shimamura, which I have the first 2 volumes of, but just haven't read. They have another for some reason. We don't need another series of another. We can throw that out. They had the Bloom Into You novels here as well, which I heard people love. And I have the first volume of it, and it doesn't look too long. So yeah, for some reason they had some Yotsuba down there as well. I've been meaning to read Yotsuba. Looks like a very nice, lighthearted read. So we'll definitely be checking it out. Classroom of the Elite was there as well. Date Alive, Invaders of the Rokujima, which is one of my favorites. And yeah, I'm gonna just keep these scrolling through the light novels. You guys can take a look, but I'd just like to thank y'all for, continuing to support the channel and stuff, considering that, we're getting